Hello. Okay. Hello. Okay. Back again to life. Hello. Once again. Good evening, everybody. We're back again to live. This evening, we are going to be looking at a special broadcast. Going to be looking at very special broadcast. As you can see on the screen right now, I want to be deliberating on Reddito, the cittadinanza. That is citizenship income. Citizenship income. Reddito, the cittadinanza. A lot of persons have they are aware of what is Reddito, the cittadinanza, and a lot of persons they are beneficiaries of this particular Reddito, the cittadinanza. But there are some certain things some people don't know. About few days ago, I've been receiving a lot of calls on this particular aspect. Please just wait a minute. I want to quickly share some link to some persons so that there are some persons that are actually be calling me others why, and though I've explained to them, but it is time to do the explanation together. So I want to share the link to some persons. Please bear me witness. Just stay on the line if you have interest to benefit for this Reddito, the cittadinanza, or rather, if you are a beneficiary to this Reddito, the cittadinanza, stay on the line, because in less than 2 months, something will be happening, and some people will not understand what will happen. And one of the persons that called me after losing up to about 5 months of his benefits. She has all the requirements necessary. She has been a beneficiary to this particular remuneration. She has been a beneficiary to this particular Reddito, the cittadinanza. But there are things she was not aware of. So it was unfortunately that she called me after she has lost 5 months of the benefits before we could be able to put her through on what to do. She wasn't aware of what was happening to her. So in order to avoid this incident like this, to avoid it, it is better to learn from those who have gotten experience than to fall a victim of one odd incident. So that is the reason why we are bringing this video right now. We would have bring this video some time ago, maybe last 2 months, but we were not bringing any video those why, because we were facing some issues. But right now we are back again. Diaspora Fat is back again. Please, I want to beg you, in case you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, so that whenever we have anything to discuss with you, we can definitely you can get an alert anytime we are on like this. If you are not interested, you can go out of it. But it is very important to get an alert than to miss any episode of our program. Now, in case you are joining us for the first time, we always give room for a contribution. Good room for a contribution. If you know you want to contribute to this program, you can send us a message. For now, we cannot take a direct call. For now, we cannot take a direct call because we are lacking some connections. And if we try to take a direct call, the public will not hear your voice. That is the reason why we can't take a direct call, because of lack of connections. So for now, you can contribute through WhatsApp by sending us a WhatsApp text or voice messages. So whenever you send us voice messages, we will play the voice messages, and we will hear it, and the public will hear it, so that anything you are asking, if it is something that other person has in mind to ask, that is the reason why public can also hear it as well. So today we are going to be looking at Reddito the cittadinanza. We titled this particular issue, the yellow card, what you need to know. The yellow card, what you need to know. There are a lot of things you need to know about the yellow card. There are a lot of things. When we say a lot of things, we mean plenty things that you need to know about the yellow card. A lot of people have fallen victim of this particular issue, and it was unfortunate that before they could understand that they have already lost a lot of benefits. Take a look at 5 good months to be unpaid for what you qualified for good 5 months. I think that is whooping some of our mouths. And this occurred during the COVID-19 lockdown. I tell you this, any one error that any person gets during the COVID-19 lockdown, I'm talking about the month of, from March 10th, the month of March, April, and May. Any one error anybody receive in these 3 months is equivalent to 5 euro in January, in February. You understand what I'm saying? Mathematically, if you lose 1 euro during the COVID-19 lockdown, it was equivalent to losing 5 euro before the COVID-19 lockdown. Because during the COVID-19 lockdown, you were not working, and your utility bills were overrated. Well, you were not working, you were staying at home. Time for you to off your lights in order to reduce your light bills. You were at home watching TVs, trying to get some information. And you see the consumption of electricity bill, the consumption of gas, the consumption of water was high. So you agree with me that 1 euro that any man received during the COVID-19 lockdown was equivalent to 5 euro that one received before the COVID-19 lockdown. So for somebody to lose good 5 months of benefits for what she qualified for, good 5 months during the COVID-19 lockdown, that is a whooping sum of money. So before she could call us, and we explained to her what have happened, and we just thinking that it is very necessary for other people to get to know these things. That's why we are titling this particular broadcast, Reddito the cittadinanza, the yellow card, what you need to know, so that you will not fall a victim, you will not lose 1 month of your benefits. So in this video, we are not going to be talking about what makes you qualify, what are the requirements to benefit from this Reddito the cittadinanza, the yellow card. We are not going to be talking about that, because we have a video we posted on this channel. We posted last year, specifically, I think it was last year. That is, we posted it, let me just say, 15 months ago. 15 months ago. That should be last 2 years or thereabout. Last year or thereabout. So I can't recall. Last year at about March, April or May. March, April, May, we posted it. That was when this particular program was newly launched. So we explained to the public how to be a beneficiary to this particular benefit. If you want to take a look of this video, just type how to receive 500 euro plus 250 euro in Italy. That was how we titled it, the Reddito the cittadinanza, how to receive 500 euro plus 250 euro in Italy. That was how we titled it, citizenship income. Now, but today we are not going to be talking about the requirement. We want to be talking about how to receive. I just sent a message to some of the persons I sent messages. It was one of the persons that, if you have opened the message and you have received the message. You were one of the person that gave us question, that asked us if you can ask question through this platform. I couldn't reply you because we are already off. Maybe what you were about to ask was related to what we broadcast previously. So you are free to ask any question. If we can answer you instantly, we can answer you instantly. But if we cannot answer you, we need to do some research. We cannot give you an appropriate answer because this is diaspora fact. We base on facts and not just rumor. If we cannot answer you based on facts, we'll tell you to do some research, and then we will answer you privately whenever we are not online or thereabout. So you are free to contribute to any program we are doing. You can contribute. You can also criticize. We allow criticisms. You can contribute. Tell us what you feel about this program. But meanwhile, we are going to be discussing on Reddito, the cittadinanza, the yellow card, what you need to know. What you need to know. Now, for this month of, let me start by referring to not just the lady that called us by losing 5 months. That was during the COVID-19. We want to start by the last persons that called us, some of the last persons that called us about this benefit. If you are a beneficiary to this program, this Reddito, the cittadinanza, this remuneration program or elevation program, the Reddito, the cittadinanza, the yellow card, most of you have not received the month of October. Yes, a lot of persons have been going to the poster, slotting in their cards. They have been going to the poster, slotting in their cards, and trying to check if there is a balance. The balance have gone up. Unluckily for them, it was assumed that the program has been stopped. And a lot of persons have some worries in their heart that, this program has been stopped. A lot of persons are wondering, why are they not paying? They are calling friends and families who are also a beneficiary to these programs, to this Reddito, the cittadinanza, this yellow card program. They are calling friends and family and saying that, I have not received mine. I have not seen anything in my account. There is nothing going on in my account. My account is just there. Nothing is happening. Oh, but it's like the yellow card program has stopped. There's a good news for you and there's a bad news as well. But let's talk about the good news first. The good news is this: the program has not stopped. If anybody tells you that HIMSS or the Italian government has stopped the program, that is a lie. Or we will not call it a lie. That is misinformation. Misinformation. They are misinforming you of what is not true. So therefore, the good news is that the program is still on and it's still open for those who are not yet registered for that program. If you know you are not registered for that program, it's still on. As I earlier told you, we're not going to be talking about the requirements, but we can tell you that if your ESA is low, right now we just got a message. Let's quickly open that message and let's see who is contributing. We got a message. Okay, somebody just gave us a message. But before we continue, let's quickly listen to this message. Let's hear what the person has to say.
Hello, bros. Good evening. So I was the one that sent you message this afternoon. So, bros, you get one question when everyone ask you concerning this sanitarian document. So the question is that I don't send the demander. I dey work for this country, agricultural, the sector there. So couple when they work with, you don't let me apply for this sanitarian document. So now they never invite us go prefectura. So he said they need to invite us, they go bring us, that will not be a problem. So, but the question I want to ask you, the place where I work now during this school period now, from next month now, let me say from this moment now, we not to get work again. At least a month, we figure like 10 days now, because we not to get too much work now for our company or for the work. This agricultural. So the question I want to ask, if it is possible, as I do this demand so, as my capo do one for me, it's possible to write another if I because you get one man when I work with before. So the man say, okay, he want sign me contract. If it is possible to sign another contract on it. So that is the question I'm even asking now. So if it is possible to write another contract, it's possible to use two contracts. That is the question I want to ask. If there is no effect for the senatorial document, in case when I went to the prefectura, it will not become a problem. So I was trying to get information about that, but the thing is it's very difficult for me. I go to the CAF. The CAF, people like say they don't understand the something well. So they tell me say they don't know. So of which I don't know if you can get idea of it. So that is the reason why I'm just asking, bros. So I don't still ask most of my friends, explain to them. They say you not getting infect. But as far as saying I work now, not be crime. Even though if you work like 6 hours, so or if you the time which maybe you work 6 hours, you fit go another work. You know me say you get one contract, say you no fit work for another place. So as far as say you dey contribute for the countryside, so they say you no get infect. Now it's okay. I go still confirm from you. So that just it, bro.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. As I've earlier told you before, we can take your question, we can take your, if you are contributing or maybe you are searching for an answer, if we can give you the answer, we can give you instantly. If we have to do some research over it, we'll do some research over it. There are a lot of persons that we can put a call through. When we talk about persons, we are talking about some advocatos, some of the lawyers that we can call, and then they will explain to us what we need to do. Now, but meanwhile, for this particular question you put before us, I'm sorry for those of us who are joining in the regard of this yellow card, please, but we need to just answer our brother with a short time so that we can proceed with the yellow card. For that, for the permiso de soggiorno, the resident permit for regard to the sanitarium that they signed during the COVID-19. First and foremost, let me tell you that you are permitted to take any job of your choice. You can have 3 contracts at a time in Italy. You can have 3 contracts. You can have so many contracts. You can even be self-employed. You can be an organization, the CEO of a company, and the same time take another contract. Yes, you can take it, provided the work limit per day is not exceeding. It's not exceeding 8 hours. If you exceed 8 hours, then it becomes fraud. You can receive any amount. Per hour, they can pay you 15 euro per hour, 18 euro per hour. You can work anywhere you like. There are a lot of persons that has 2 contracts or more, and then they are working perfectly. They are receiving good amounts of money. What now, to answer you are permitted to take any work from any place. But what you need to understand is that the law were opened and it has an expiring date to apply. Before now, I think the expiry date was one of the Saturdays. It expired one of the Saturdays. I can't just tell you the exact date. But what I'm trying to say is that for application has stopped. The procedure now is screening processes. That is the process they have now. Screening processes. Just wait. Your contract will legit. what I will advise you is for you to check whether your contract were legit. If your contract were legit in the first work you were working, the farm you were working, I think there are 3 firms that has benefits over this thing. It was agriculture, these social welfares, like the one we call, how do I call it now? The one we call Badante. Okay, those helpers who are helping adults, who are helping old men and women, Badante. And those people who are into domestic workers, those who are into cleaning and every other one. And the 4th one were babysitting. All these 4 sectors were the one that benefited because they were most needed. They were most needed during the COVID-19 lockdown. Like agriculture, everybody must eat. Whether work or no work, everybody must eat. So agriculture was very necessary. Now, if your contract, what you need to check is if your contract were legit. If your contract were legit, you can check it by yourself. You don't need to go to CAF and be asking, or Patronati and be asking if you can reapply, because they will not understand what you are saying. I think the only thing they can do for you is to check whether your contract were legit. Because in this countryside, in this part of this country, you will agree with me, there are a lot of mafia everywhere. So there are a lot of people that can write you contracts, yet they don't send tasks to the appropriate quarters. Yet the contracts were not registered, properly registered. Just give you a paper, and then you think you are working. And most especially, they know that you are stranded, that is, you are foreigner. They think that you cannot operate on yourself. Everybody have legal access to check his or her contract. What you needed is just a contract number or the registration number of a contract. And then with your speed, you can check anything checkable you want to check. Or if you don't have your speed, you will just go to the Patronati, you go to CAF, nearest CAF close to you, and they will just check everything for you. They'll tell you your contract is legit or not. You can visit any of the INS office and check if your contract is reading, because your contract reading gives you benefits of applying for whatsoever you want to apply for, and at the same time give you benefits of pension. So also give you benefits of disoccupation, most especially we that are foreigners. Most time we are not endured to receive the pension benefits, but the disoccupation we are permitted to also receive it as well. So these are some of the things you need to do. I can tell you, but what I can tell you, you cannot register again. You cannot apply for it again because the application is closed. Except otherwise, maybe the application has been reopened, like in the case of the Reddito, the Mangesia. In some time it was closed, and based on because of the hardship that is still going on, it was reopened. That was last 2 weeks or thereabout, or last 3 weeks thereabout. It was reopened in this month of October, and now a lot of persons were not aware of it, but a lot of persons that are aware, they went ahead and register, apply for it, and they get their benefits. But meanwhile, for this case, I'm not aware if it has been reopened, but the application is closed. If you have applied legitimately before, you have applied before legitly. That is, you applied legitly. Your contract is a legit contract, and you applied, or maybe your boss you were working with applied for you. If anybody apply anything for you, they must send you the receipt of that application. That is the form, because there must be a printout of anything you're applying for. So therefore, if all these are done, you can get, you will just wait a little bit. Don't panic whenever they are sharing the documents, because nobody have received it now. Whenever they are sharing the documents, if they are sharing it, I assured you, we'll come to this platform and also tell you a lot of persons have gotten it, because we have a lot of persons that applied for this particular document. We have a lot of persons that apply for this particular document. Don't worry, my brother. Don't worry, my friend. Just exercise a little patience. Let the government do their screening process, and we hope that God because you have your legit contract and you legitimately apply for it. So the other things is for the government to do screening and God sanctifying everything. Your document will be for you. Thank you very much. Let's go straight again to the reason why we are here. Our brother, in case anybody that is watching us right now, you have a contribution to give to that our brother, you can as well send your response to that particular question that our brother asked. But meanwhile, we are not deliberating on the sanitary document. We are actually deliberating on the Reddito, the cittadinanza, the yellow card, what you need to know. Now, we were on a point before we listened to our brother's message. We were on a point. Brother, are you there with us? Because there's another message that our brother is writing right now. Our brother is saying, respond to me, please. If you are there with us, just tell us, just write again and tell us that, yes, I am here. And you get all the, you can write, I am here, just I am here. We will know that you are here. It seems that you are not listening to the broadcast. You are only talking to me through your WhatsApp. I cannot answer you through WhatsApp now because I'm already on seat. If you are here with us, just right now, I have gotten the response. Thank you. So, we were on the point before our brother, we start hearing our brother's question. What do you need to know about the Reddito cittadinanza? As I've earlier told you before, that the good news is that the yellow card program is still on. The Reddito cittadinanza program is still on. So most of us that are still going to the ATM machine and be checking our balance if they are paid for the month of October, exercise a little patience, because there is a new adjustment that has just been passed into law by INS. A new adjustment. The adjustment is what we want to talk about, and that is the bad news. I told you before that there's a good news and there's a bad news. The good news is that the program has not been stopped. But the bad news is that why have they not paid for the month of October? They are not paid for the month of October because they are still on a process of screening. Now, they have done the process and they have slated a date for the payment of October. The date slated is between 27, 28, and 29 to pay the month of October. 27, and tomorrow is 27. So most of us who are be checking our balance through the automated teller machine, the ATM, you can start checking it by tomorrow, next tomorrow, and the day after next tomorrow, because that is the date slated for the payment. Now, except those who newly applied for the month of October, the date slated for the month for those who applied at September, their first payment date was slated to on the 15th to 20th. By now, if you have gotten your message that you have been accepted, you must have gotten your first payment. But for those who have been benefiting for this program, the date slated for the payment is 27, 28, and 29 of this month. That is the good news. Now, why was there this delay? Why are they delay coming up for this particular program? Okay, I've just been notified there are comments on the screen. Let me quickly take a little comment. Thank you very much for the notification. I didn't take comment before. Now I think sorry for the break. I just want to take some comments. Okay, somebody commented here. Say, please, if you are watching this program, please share to all friends and family. So thank you very much, Mr. Twizy. Your name is a little bit, because it's full of a lot of consonants. Mr. Twizy, DG log Z. Okay. Thank you very much for that. He said there is no effect. Okay. The important thing is that you are in regular. You are irregular. Okay. Nice one, sir. Okay. Thank you very much. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for that. Precious. He said, please, what are the qualifications for application? Okay. If you want us to talk about the qualification for application, more really Precious, we will do that. But for now, let me quickly talk about. Or you can as well watch our video, which says our video we posted about 18 months ago, or 18 to 16 months ago. You can watch that video. It is titled How to Receive 500 euro plus 250 euro in Italy, Reddito, the citizenship income. I think we use English there, citizenship income. But meanwhile, before the end of this broadcast, we will tell you what are the requirements as well. Okay, nice job. Thank you very much for that. I've just taken the comment. I thought there's a question over there. Apart from that, what are the requirements for this, for qualification? We will talk about the requirement, but let's talk about things you need to know first. Now, the reason why there was delay in the payment of October is that IMS have updated a lot of things on this yellow card. There are a lot of people who receive the payment of this yellow card, but has nothing to do with it because they are working. Maybe they have huge money somewhere. Because this money is not in cash, as everyone knows who are beneficiary to this yellow card, you are only permitted to withdraw, you are only permitted to take cash of up to maximum of 150 euro monthly. If you are receiving a benefit of, as a household, if you are receiving a benefit of 750 euro, that is the maximum. The maximum one can receive 750 euro. That's why our video, we titled it, our video we posted on this particular benefit last year. We posted it how to receive 500 plus 250 euro. 500 is the maximum amount you can receive. 250 plus 250 euro for rentage or mutual payments. Mutual payments, that is for rentage or for payment of house that you purchase. Now, affito a mutua. Now, that is the total amount any household can receive is 750 euro. Now, a lot of persons who are receiving 500 euro, they can't spend the total amount per month. So what they do is that after withdrawing the 150 euro a month, the other rest are there in the accounts. Sometimes they can't spend the whole account. Now, IMS have updated, and the next payment comes, and when the next payment arrives, he joined the other payments that were left over. Now, the particular update now about IMS is that they are taking note of from this October. They have started taking note on how much is left, how much is unspent. How many expenditure do you do from the first payments you receive? And then, what are the balance that are left untouched? Now, based on the balance that are untouched, there is an update over the regulation of this yellow card. If your balance remains, there will be a deduction for the next payment. And deduction is maximum of 20%, up to 20% of what you actually qualified for. If you watch that video, that last video, we talk about how to know how much you receive a month if you qualify based on your ISE, your income, yearly declared income, based on your income and based on your rentage that you pay, how much you can receive, total amount you can receive, and based on the numbers of family that make up the family household, we also talk about these things in the last video we posted 18 months ago. Now, if you didn't spend that money, if you do not spend the money, IMSS will deduct for the next payment up to maximum of 20% of your qualification of what you qualified for, up to 20%. And the law were passed and implementation started this month of October. So that is the reason why there is a change in the payments of this month, because they want to know the numbers, the amount of money people spend, and they want to, this calculation take time, so that before the next payment, they will know how many euros they will deduct and they will pay each person's. So that is that. Another thing that you need to know is that another update about this yellow card. Starting from next year, there will be a reduction, a yearly half payment. How do they put it? Let me just hold on. Let me quickly check how it was put. Starting from next year, I'm trying to go to the IMSS portal and check how it was written. I'm trying to just hold on a little bit. In case of anybody that is trying to want to contribute to this program, this is the number you can use in contributing to this program. You can also send us any question through the live chat. You can send us any question through the live chat. I think we can also answer your question there. Please bear with us. Don't go. There are a lot of things we need to know about this yellow card. Starting from next year, okay, they have yearly cuts in citizenship income. We start precisely the month of February next year. Half yearly cut. That was how it was written, half yearly cut. It will start from the month of February next year. That is the benefits that you are receiving now. They will not calculate the total amount you receive for the year and do the cut out of it. They will do a percentage cut of the total amount you receive the previous year. That is if your IZE remain constant and if your member of family remain constant. So that is that. But for meanwhile, there's going to be an update that is going on now is 20% cut of every expenditure you leave in your card. So if you cannot just spend the money in order for you not to have the 20% cut, I think you can just start purchasing what you really want to buy. I know a lot of persons they want to buy a lot of things. Like me now, if you give me 3,000 euro now, I have a lot of things in my mind to buy. So it will not be enough. 3,000 euro will not be enough for me to spend within a day. Not to talk of 500 euro, not to talk of 250 euro. A lot of persons receive 300 fractions. A lot of persons receive 200 fractions, 400 fractions. And so I think you just need to spend this thing. So that is for that of the yellow card, one of the updates, why there is a delay in the payment of this month of October. Now, the next thing we want to look at, a lot of persons has been calling and telling us, I told you before, I started by saying that a sister called and said, oh, for the past 5 months, or 4 months precisely, we will not be receiving this Reddito the cittadinanza. And we went to CAF, and CAF did not do anything. They did not understand what we were saying. They did not do anything. So what have gone wrong? The whole thing that I did was to have a permission to use a speed. She granted me a speed, and we log into the INS website. I help her to do the login, and after then, we first register for speed, then we log into the website, and we check our own platform of that particular Reddito the cittadinanza, and we saw that the card, the benefits has been blocked. Then what I've left to the blockage, I told her, I said, you will be deactivated from benefiting from the yellow card program. She has all the requirements necessary, but she will deactivated. She will blocked. So whenever she go using the yellow card, checking her balance, the only balance that was remaining was about a euro, was about €1 and some cents, which she can't use, which she left inside the card, expecting the next payment in the other month. But unfortunately, 5 months passed. She was not aware of what has gone wrong. She went to CAF, according to her, and CAF were telling her different things that she cannot even understand. Until she went to us, we have to explain to her in our own countryside language, which is Pidgin, which I love very much. And then she understood everything. What was actually the problem? The reason why you have to declare your IZE is for them to know about your household. When she declared her IZE this year, she declared her IZE with an adult added to the family unit. Now, there is something that was written, and it says that she has been deactivated because DSU, she has been deactivated because her DSU has been tampered with. The information in her DSU has been tampered with. So because of this, she was deactivated. Now the question is, what is DSU? When we were telling her these things, she was asking, what is DSU? In case of those who does not know the meaning of DSU, it is Declarazione Sostitutiva Unica. Declarazione Sostitutiva Unica. Now, the declaration of your substitutable units. Okay, I think, did I translate it well in English? I guess I don't know whether I said it right in English. But meanwhile, this DSU, whenever your IZE is done in the CAF, by the CAF, or by anywhere you did your IZE, if you take your extracto conto, that is your statement of accounts, or you go there with your Giacenza media, that is your balance in your poster and thereabouts, how much did you receive, Giacenza media, or your extracto conto if you are using your normal account like all those other accounts like apart from poster pay. Now, if you take that to CAF will now run this IZE for you. But it is not in the office of the CAF that IZE is being done. It is done in another office. DSU department. DSU, CAF will wait for the reply from DSU and then they will issue you. Now, the law of Reddito the cittadinanza states that whenever there's a birth rate change or a death rate change in your DSU statement, then it will affect your Reddito the cittadinanza. But meanwhile, it is not all birth rates or death rates that affect. When we talk about birth rates, that is, if you in a family unit, if you are three in number, maybe husband, wife, and a child, and there is a birth rate, increase in birth, maybe there's another person joining the family, maybe you adopted a son, or you gave birth to a child, you adopted a child, or you gave birth to a child, there's already a change in the family unit. The same thing goes in the other way around. If you were 4 in number and there is another person leaving the family unit, we wouldn't talk about deaths now, but meanwhile it is called birth rate and death rate. If there is somebody leaving the family, maybe somebody have just become an adult and he decide to leave, so I wouldn't want to use the word death. Maybe somebody became an adult and he decide to go and form his family unit and is leaving the first family. It will affect the yellow card. It will affect the Reddito, the cittadinanza program. Now, what happened to that lady was that she was having this Reddito, the cittadinanza. She at that time, she wasn't living with her husband. She is not a single mother, but she wasn't living with her husband. So the both family, they were running different ISE. So when the husband decided, after the husband had finished working in the place he came now to the family. They now joined together and started doing the same ISE as a family unit. Unaware to the lady that she has just break one of the law of the yellow card, she stopped receiving the benefits. She was not aware. January passed, February passed, March came, and at that time, March was already a lockdown. April came, until she came and she was explaining, after she must have gone to a lot of places, when the hardship came during the lockdown. I told you before that €1 you receive in the lockdown period is equivalent to €5 you have been receiving before the lockdown period. So when it came, the thing started telling on her. Then she had to call in one of our program, one of our number like this, and she said, what must have gone wrong? So she wasn't living in Geneva, she wasn't living close to us, but she had to put a call. Wherever you are, you can put a call and we can answer you instantly. So we have to tell her, do you have a speed? She have a speed, we have to register her and find out the cause. Now, she lost good 5 months before she starts again. If you are in this category, maybe you have just stopped receiving the benefits because of the declaration of ISE that you have, a change of the ISE. Now, the law says that whenever you are adding underage, if there is 0 to 18 years added to your ISE, there will be no problem. If there is a 0 to 18 years removing from your ISE, there will be no problem. But if an adult from 18 years above is added to the family unit or subtracted from the family unit, automatically the benefit will stop. So it is good to understand these things, and that's why we title this, What You Need to Know About the Yellow Card. But the good news is this. When the program is stopped, you are still permitted to apply again, because it assumes to the ends that a new family has just begun. So being a new family, there should be every other family contribution they have been receiving should end, and there should be a new contribution for the new family. Taking consideration of the new family now. So we did another application and she started receiving her benefits greater than what she has been receiving before. So if you are listening to us now and you are one of the victims of this particular circumstance, I think the number you can call is this: 380-2019-330. You can send us a voice call on WhatsApp, or you can send us a chat on WhatsApp. So anyone you feel like you want to do, you can just do it, and then we'll answer you on what to do. But meanwhile, having said that, there's another thing you need to know about the yellow card. A lot of persons now who have been a beneficiary from the beginning of the launching of this program, they are not aware that the program will stop. A lot of persons thought that the program is everlasting. Yes, it is partially everlasting. It is partially in long duration, but not a continuous process. The program is still on, but a lot of persons will be deactivated because you have exceeded your limits of the benefits. What is the limit of the benefit of the yellow card? It's 18 months. 18 months. Now,